Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to share a bit of real talk with you today and share with you 3 home truths which have helped me in my recovery from addiction. They're quite uncomfortable truths, which the truth usually is, isn't it? I've tried to keep this channel as open, as honest as I can. There's no gimmicks on it or it comes from the heart, and it's an honest account of what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me along the way. And if that's helped any of you out there, then that's a marvelous thing. And that's the intention behind these things. There's enough smoke and mirrors and bullshit on YouTube and on the internet in general to keep everyone going for a while. So I just try and keep it as real as I can keep it. The first one of these truths is that your life doesn't suddenly magically get better and be fantastic when you recover from addiction. Sometimes it's the opposite of that, because you've got to mend and build bridges with people that you love, and that's bloody hard work. And you have to see the world without the numbing effect of alcohol and drugs inside of you. And you have to experience uncomfortable emotions, feelings and pain that you may not have felt for years, because again, you've numbed those feelings and that pain, past or present pain. And it's not nice, it's a not comfortable journey. And also, shit happens and life happens and things don't magically get better. I mean, people come out, into early recovery, and it's fantastic, and there's a euphoria and a pink cloud. I've talked about it many times on here, and all is good, but it doesn't last very long, I'm afraid. If it does last long for you, that's great, but in reality, and everyone I've talked to, and certainly for me, it didn't, because the reality of life hits you with a massive thump, because you've got to start sorting things out, and that takes some guts, and it takes a lot of hard work and effort. And, a lot of people aren't prepared to put that in. The first thing to say is, if you are recovering from addiction, if you've got to that stage where you're facing life on life's terms, sober, that puts you in a tiny percentage of the population. 1%, they reckon, actually make the effort and actually change their lives or make any positive change in their lives. Most people are content to sit back and let life happen around them without doing anything to influence it in a positive way, because it's uncomfortable and it's painful. Change it's a simple fact, and that's a home truth. 2 things I had to find, because people always ask themselves the question, what's the meaning? My life doesn't have any meaning or purpose. What you have to do once you've got through this early period of sobriety is find something that you love doing, first of all, that will give your life meaning. For me, and this is only speaking for me, but I know many other people feel like this as well. The meaning for me has been not just making these videos, but I do a lot of volunteering, a lot of work with addicts and homeless people outside of this. And that gives my life a meaning. And the purpose is then I pass that on. It's like my fitness journey, my diet tips, this volunteering, the giving of service. My purpose now is to pass that on to other people, to pay it forward or pay it backwards, whatever you like. That's my purpose. And that meaning and purpose has brought some peace into my life. I mean, the only peace I could ever find for momentary peace in my life prior to getting sober was when I was drunk out my head or drugged out my head. But I'm now experiencing small bits of peace, small bits of serenity, if you want to use that word, begin to know the meaning of it. But let's get real. It doesn't happen all the times. Life happens around you. I still have shitty things happening in my life, and I still a struggle. It's a struggle to buy food sometimes, and it's a struggle to make ends meet. And and I wake up feeling shitty just like you do. But I just get on with it, and I tell myself, I put my feet on the floor, tell my subconscious brain today's going to be a great day, because it's what you say to that affects your whole day. And I try to move forward in a positive way. Some days are better than others. Some days are amazing. Some days are shitty. That's life. You've got to get used to it. But it won't get magically. But your life will improve 1,000% along the way, being sober, because you're able to deal with all these things in a calm, focused manner instead of like a dickhead. So that's one. Number two is honesty. You've got to become honest with yourself and with other people. Most importantly, though, with yourself, because you won't affect any change in your life unless you're honest with yourself, because you won't think you need to change to start with, unless you see yourself for what you really are and where you are in that moment in time. And also, it's what you do when people aren't watching you that's important. You know, and that's integrity and honesty with yourself. You know if you're doing the right things every day. I know I've got to do a lot of things to optimize my mental health every single day. And their diet and exercise and cold showers and meditation and meetings and this and that and the other and giving service and all of these things, they all add up to the sum total of a daily routine, which keeps me going. If I don't do one of those things, I know I haven't done it. No one else does. So if I don't give a shit about that and I'm not honest with myself, then I'm going to go backwards. So you've got to be honest with yourself. Before I tell you the third one, please do me a favour. There's two things you can really do to help the channel. The first, and I really need your help with this, click on the link in the description. And if you can afford to give me some help along the way, I'd really appreciate it to try and keep the channel going. And I much appreciate the help I've received so far from some wonderful people out there. Thank you. The second thing you can do is subscribe. 75% of you watching these videos never subscribe. If you can just push the subscribe button, it means that one or two more people might see the videos and might get some help from them. So thank you for those two things. The third home truth, which is probably the most uncomfortable and daunting one, is that no one is ever going to come and rescue you from the situation you're in at the moment. No one is going to magically change things in your life. If you want to be one of those 1%, tiny percent of people that make positive change in their life, maybe you're overweight, maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you're stuck in addiction and you desperately want to get out of it. Maybe you just think you drink too much and you want to cut down and cut out or cut it out, whatever. Doesn't matter what the change is. Maybe you want to go for a new job. Maybe nothing is going to happen unless you make it happen. Change starts with you, only you. You have to change the way you think. You have to instigate. You have to start moving forward. You have to not give up. You have to start affecting things positively. You know, if you want to lose weight, no one's going to change your diet or make you eat less calories or make you move more, which is the only way you can lose weight. Only you can do that. You can go to as many groups online as you like and be a keyboard warrior and do all these things. It's like AA. You can go to as many AA meetings as you want to stay sober. But ultimately, that change is down to you. What you build on, what you're doing when no one's watching you, what the work you put in when no one's watching you. You know, I make these videos, but my day is made up of 50 different things probably that keep me optimized during the day. If I didn't do those things, I would start going backwards. I know from past experience because I've been there. If I relapsed again now, I'd die. It's as simple as that. And that's how serious addiction is. You know, there's no going back for me. So I have to work, and I have to work at change. And it does happen. If you don't give up, if you fail, that's part of it. You fail and fail again and keep moving forward. You don't give up, you just get up and keep moving forward. Keep trying. Doesn't matter how old you are, how long you've been addicted, how long it takes. It doesn't matter any of that. As long as you do something today about it. Make a change today, whatever small, however small that is. Make a change. Get a daily routine going. Little baby steps. Start moving forward and then don't go backwards. Just keep going forwards and your life will be 1,000 times better, I promise you. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. Please click on the link in the description. Carpe diem, my friends. Make today the day you change your life. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.